Florida 2019 cold case solved. Arrest shocks fitness empire. The notification came at 3:17 a.m., jarring millions of users awake across 3 time zones. It was a single Instagram live stream that would haunt the internet forever. A phone lying sideways on a gym floor, broadcasting nothing but empty darkness and the sound of metal weights dropping somewhere in the distance. For 47 minutes, 2.3 million viewers watched in growing horror as Alexis Rivera's fitness account streamed from what appeared to be an abandoned gym. Her voice nowhere to be heard, her body nowhere to be seen. 6 years later, on September 27, 2025, when FBI agents finally arrested 53-year-old Marcus Stone, the billionaire founder of Iron Empire Fitness whose motivational empire had inspired millions, the truth behind that nightmare livestream would prove more twisted than anyone had imagined. Stone wasn't just another fitness guru who had built his fortune on transformation promises. He was the puppet master who had orchestrated the most sophisticated disappearance in social media history, and Alexis Rivera had died because she discovered his empire was built on something far darker than fake before and after photos. Alexis Rivera was everything the fitness world celebrated in 2019. At 24, she embodied the Instagram generation's dream of turning passion into profit, transforming her own weight loss journey into a multimedia empire that reached 4.2 million followers across all platforms. With her radiant smile, impossibly toned physique, and the kind of authentic vulnerability that made her transformations feel achievable, Alexis had become the face of accessible fitness for young women everywhere. But Lexi, as her followers knew her, was far more than another pretty face promoting protein shakes. She held a degree in exercise science from the University of Miami, was a certified nutritionist, and had spent 3 years working with eating disorder patients before launching her social media career. Her approach to fitness was revolutionary for its time, focusing on mental health, sustainable habits, and body positivity in an industry obsessed with extremes. What made Alexis truly special was her commitment to authenticity in an increasingly manufactured industry. While other influencers sold impossible transformations and dangerous supplements, Alexis promoted realistic timelines, proper nutrition, and the importance of professional guidance. She regularly collaborated with doctors, therapists, and registered dietitians, ensuring her content was both inspiring and responsible. Her success was meteoric and organic. Her Instagram account at Fit with Lexi had grown from 10,000 to over 4 million followers in just 18 months. Her YouTube channel generated millions of views monthly. Major brands competed for partnerships with her, and her own line of supplements and workout programs had generated over $8 million in revenue in 2019 alone. But Alexis was more than a business success story. She was genuinely committed to helping people develop healthy relationships with their bodies and food. She donated significant portions of her earnings to eating disorder treatment centers, provided free workout programs for low-income communities, and used her platform to advocate for mental health awareness. On March 18, 2019, Alexis was working late at Elite Performance Gym in Miami, filming content for what would become her most popular workout series. She had rented the facility after hours to avoid the crowds and create the intimate, personal atmosphere her followers loved. It was her regular routine: arrive at 10 p.m., film until 2 a.m., then head home to edit and post content. Alexis's assistant and best friend, Sophia Martinez, had left the gym at 11:30 p.m. after helping set up equipment for the filming. Sophia was the last person to see Alexis alive, and she would later tell investigators that Alexis had seemed unusually nervous that evening. She kept checking her phone, looking toward the gym's entrance like she was expecting someone, Sophia recalled. When I asked if everything was okay, she said she had been receiving strange messages from someone claiming to have information about the real fitness industry. She seemed scared but also curious. You know how Lexi was about exposing fake fitness scams. The Instagram live stream that began at 3:17 a.m. was never supposed to happen. Alexis had been filming pre-recorded content, but somehow her phone had switched to live broadcasting mode. For the millions of viewers who received the notification, what they witnessed was unlike anything seen on social media before. The stream showed Alexis's phone lying on its side on the gym floor, the camera pointed toward empty exercise equipment. The audio was eerie, the occasional clang of weights, what sounded like footsteps in the distance, and at one point, a man's voice saying something indistinct. Most disturbing was what viewers couldn't see. Where was Alexis, and why wasn't she ending the stream? Comments flooded the live feed as viewers became increasingly concerned. Where are you, Lexi? Are you okay? Someone call the police. The stream continued for 47 minutes before someone or something finally ended the broadcast. By then, screenshots and screen recordings had been shared millions of times across social media platforms. Detective Carmen Rodriguez of the Miami-Dade Police Department was called to Elite Performance Gym at 4:30 a.m. after concerned followers had flooded 911 lines. What she found when she arrived was a scene that would define her career and haunt her for years. The gym appeared normal at first glance. Equipment in place, lights still on, no obvious signs of struggle. But closer inspection revealed disturbing details. Alexis's filming equipment was still set up, but her phone was missing despite clearly being at the scene during the live stream. Her car keys and purse were in the gym's office, but her laptop bag and the hard drives where she stored her content were gone. Most chilling was what investigators found in the gym's security system. All footage from the previous 12 hours had been professionally deleted, but not before someone had extracted specific files. The deletion wasn't random, it was surgical, removing only the hours when Alexis would have been filming and whatever had happened to her. The case attracted international attention almost immediately. Alexis's disappearance dominated social media, with #FindLexi trending globally within hours. The mysterious live stream was analyzed frame by amateur detectives, digital forensics experts, and conspiracy theorists. Major news networks picked up the story, and the FBI joined the investigation within 48 hours. Marcus Stone, the founder of Iron Empire Fitness, was among the first public figures to comment on Alexis's disappearance. Stone's company had recently begun sponsoring some of Alexis's content, and he had been positioning himself as a mentor figure in her career. Alexis Rivera represents everything that's beautiful about our industry, Stone said in a televised statement. She's authentic, inspiring, and genuinely cares about helping people transform their lives. Our entire organization is committed to supporting the search efforts and bringing her home safely. Stone's Iron Empire was more than just a fitness company, it was a movement. Founded in 2008, the company had grown into a billion-dollar conglomerate that included gyms, supplements, apparel, and digital fitness programs. Stone himself had become a celebrity, with millions of social media followers, best-selling books, and a motivational speaking career that filled arenas worldwide. But the investigation into Alexis's disappearance would gradually reveal that Stone's empire was hiding secrets that went far beyond typical corporate malfeasance. As weeks turned to months with no credible leads, the case began to take on a life of its own. True crime podcasters dissected every detail of the investigation. Social media sleuths analyzed the live stream audio for clues. Conspiracy theories ranged from Alexis being kidnapped by competitors to having discovered something so dangerous that powerful people wanted her silenced. FBI Special Agent Lisa Park was assigned to lead the federal investigation into Alexis's disappearance. Park specialized in cases involving digital evidence and crimes against social media personalities, and she brought both advanced technical expertise and deep understanding of influencer culture to the investigation. Park's team focused intensively on the Instagram live stream, using advanced audio analysis and digital forensics to extract every possible clue from the 47 minutes of footage. What they discovered would eventually crack the case wide open. Enhanced audio analysis revealed that the mysterious man's voice heard during the live stream was saying, "You should have minded your own business, Alexis. Some secrets are worth more than your entire career." Digital specialists were also able to determine that the live stream had been activated remotely. Someone with technical knowledge had accessed Alexis's account and deliberately started broadcasting. But the breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Deleted files from Alexis's iCloud account that had been missed during the initial digital sweep. Using advanced data recovery techniques that hadn't been available in 2019, Agent Park's team was able to extract documents that revealed what Alexis had been investigating in the weeks before her disappearance. The files contained evidence of a massive fraud scheme involving multiple fitness companies, including Iron Empire. Alexis had uncovered systematic manipulation of before and after photos, fake customer testimonials, and most damaging of all, the use of dangerous, illegal substances in supplements marketed as natural and safe. But the documents revealed something even more sinister. Evidence that some fitness companies were directly connected to human trafficking operations, using their international supply chains to move people across borders and their fitness retreats as fronts for exploitation. The most damning evidence was a series of encrypted messages between Marcus Stone and associates involved in these criminal activities. The messages showed that Stone had been using Iron Empire's resources to facilitate trafficking operations while building his public image as a motivational leader who changed lives. In one message dated March 15, 2019, just 3 days before Alexis's disappearance, Stone had written, "The Rivera situation is becoming critical. She has documentation of the supplement fraud and has been asking questions about the overseas operations. Need immediate containment strategy." The messages revealed that Alexis had been investigating Iron Empire specifically after receiving tips from former employees about dangerous business practices. She had been planning to expose the company in a documentary-style video series that would have reached her millions of followers. Armed with this explosive evidence, FBI agents obtained warrants to search Stone's properties and business records. What they found there would expose 6 years of lies and reveal the full scope of a criminal empire that had used fitness motivation as cover for serious crimes. Hidden in Stone's Miami mansion were detailed files on dozens of social media influencers, including comprehensive dossiers on their personal lives, financial situations, and potential vulnerabilities. The files revealed that Stone had been systematically targeting influential fitness personalities, either recruiting them into his criminal operations or eliminating them if they posed threats. But the most incriminating evidence was found in Stone's private office. Video surveillance footage that he had kept as insurance against potential partners. The footage included recordings of the night Alexis disappeared, showing exactly what had happened at Elite Performance Gym. The video revealed that Stone had lured Alexis to the gym under false pretenses, claiming to have information about industry corruption that would help her investigation. But when she arrived, Stone confronted her about her research into Iron Empire and attempted to force her to sign agreements that would prevent her from exposing his criminal activities. When Alexis refused and threatened to go public with her evidence, the video showed Stone attacking her. The struggle was brief. Alexis was physically fit, but Stone was larger and had clearly planned the encounter. The video ended with Stone's associates arriving to help dispose of evidence and Alexis's body. Confronted with his own surveillance footage and the digital evidence recovered from Alexis's accounts, Marcus Stone initially tried to claim the videos were fabricated. But as additional evidence mounted, including testimony from trafficking survivors and former Iron Empire employees, his story began to crumble. The confession came during Stone's 9th interrogation session with Agent Park and federal prosecutors. After 6 years of living with his secret while building his motivational empire on the tragedy he had created, Marcus Stone finally revealed what had happened to Alexis Rivera on March 18, 2019. According to Stone's confession, he had been operating criminal enterprises through Iron Empire for over a decade, using the company's legitimate business operations as cover for supplement fraud, money laundering, and human trafficking. Alexis had discovered the connection between his motivational brand and these criminal activities, making her a threat that needed to be eliminated. Stone admitted to killing Alexis when she refused to be silenced and to disposing of her body in a way that would ensure it was never found. He had used his technical resources to manipulate her social media accounts after her death, creating the mysterious live stream to make her disappearance seem like a random crime rather than a targeted assassination. The confession revealed the sophisticated cover-up that had allowed Stone to avoid suspicion for 6 years. His position as a respected fitness leader had given him credibility, while his public participation in the search for Alexis had been calculated to control the narrative and monitor the investigation's progress. Most horrifying was Stone's revelation that Alexis wasn't his only victim. He admitted to being involved in the deaths or disappearances of at least 4 other fitness influencers over the years who had gotten too close to exposing his criminal operations. The arrest of Marcus Stone sent shockwaves through the fitness industry that reverberated from Miami to Los Angeles to New York. For 6 years, The fitness community had mourned Alexis Rivera as an inspirational leader whose life had been cut short by unknown circumstances. The revelation that she had been murdered by one of the industry's most respected figures, a man who had built his billion-dollar empire on the very values she had embodied, shattered the fitness world's sense of authenticity and trust. Alexis's family, her parents Carlos and Maria Rivera and her younger sister Isabella, finally had answers to the questions that had tormented them for over 6 years. But the truth brought devastating realization about how completely they had been deceived. Marcus Stone spoke at Alexis's memorial service, Maria Rivera said through tears at the press conference announcing Stone's arrest. He talked about carrying on her legacy of authentic fitness, about how her spirit would continue inspiring people to transform their lives, all while knowing he had destroyed the life that inspired millions of people. The trial of Marcus Stone began in January 2025 and lasted 13 months. The prosecution, led by U.S. Attorney Jennifer Martinez, presented a methodical case built on digital evidence, surveillance footage, financial records, and testimony from trafficking survivors and former Iron Empire employees. The defense team attempted to argue that Stone was being framed by business competitors and that the surveillance videos had been manipulated. They portrayed him as a successful entrepreneur who had been wrongly accused by people seeking to destroy his business empire. But the jury wasn't convinced by the defense arguments. The evidence was overwhelming, and testimony from multiple victims painted a clear picture of systematic criminality that had used motivational fitness content to hide horrific crimes. After deliberating for 56 hours over 8 days, the jury returned guilty verdicts on all charges: first-degree murder, human trafficking, racketeering, fraud, and conspiracy. The evidence showed that Stone had not only killed Alexis but had operated the largest criminal enterprise in fitness industry history. Judge Robert Martinez sentenced Marcus Stone to life in prison without the possibility of parole, plus additional consecutive terms for the trafficking and fraud crimes. At 53 years old, Stone will spend the remainder of his life behind bars for crimes that had remained hidden for 6 years. During the sentencing hearing, dozens of trafficking survivors and former Iron Empire employees testified about the abuse they had suffered and the ways Stone's criminal network had destroyed their lives. Their testimony revealed the full scope of his operations and the courage it had taken for them to come forward. Ana Rodriguez, who had been trafficked through Iron Empire's overseas operations, addressed the court directly. Marcus Stone sold people dreams of transformation while he was destroying lives behind the scenes. Alexis Rivera died trying to expose the truth about what he was really doing to vulnerable people. Her courage saved me and countless others from continued exploitation. She gave her life so that we could finally be free. The collapse of Iron Empire triggered investigations into dozens of other fitness companies and resulted in one of the largest human trafficking prosecutions in U.S. history. Several other fitness executives have been arrested, and the industry has been forced to implement unprecedented transparency measures. Alexis Rivera's legacy lives on through the Alexis Rivera Foundation for Authentic Fitness, established by her family to support trafficking survivors and advocate for ethical business practices in the fitness industry. Alexis believed that fitness should empower people, not exploit them, Carlos Rivera said at the foundation's inaugural ceremony. She died trying to protect vulnerable people from predators who were using fitness motivation as a tool for harm. Through this foundation, her fight for authenticity and justice continues. The fitness industry has undergone massive reforms in response to Alexis's case, including mandatory supply chain auditing, independent oversight of supplement manufacturing, and support programs for trafficking survivors. Dr. Jennifer Walsh, a criminologist who has studied the case extensively, explains its broader significance. The Alexis Rivera case shows how legitimate businesses can serve as perfect covers for criminal enterprises. When an industry is built on transformation promises and motivational messaging, it becomes easy to hide exploitation behind inspirational content. Alexis's murder was the inevitable result of a system that prioritized profit over people. Contemporary fitness influencers have embraced Alexis's story as both inspiration and warning. Social media fitness culture has implemented better verification processes, transparency requirements, and safety protocols for content creators investigating industry practices. As of today, September 28, 2025, Marcus Stone remains in federal prison, where he is serving his life sentence. He has shown no remorse for his crimes and continues to maintain that his business practices were standard for the fitness industry. The case serves as a stark reminder that motivational content can mask the darkest intentions, that the people who promise to transform our lives may be hiding criminal enterprises, and that authentic voices like Alexis's can never be silenced permanently, even by those who try to control the fitness narrative through violence and deception. Alexis Rivera was 24 years old when her life was stolen by someone who had built his empire on the very authenticity she represented. Her dreams of using fitness to heal and empower people died with her in a gym where she should have been safe, killed by a motivational guru whose empire was built on exploitation rather than inspiration. But her memory lives on as a catalyst for change in an industry that had lost its way, a reminder that true transformation requires integrity and transparency, and that authentic fitness voices, like Alexis's, continue inspiring real change long after those who try to silence them are brought to justice. The gyms and studios of America continue to help people transform their lives, but Alexis's story serves as a permanent reminder that the most dangerous predators often hide behind the most inspiring messages, and that protecting authentic voices in fitness requires vigilance, courage, and the understanding that some transformations come at too high a price.